Hello, this is Ashee from Crafting with Ashee and welcome to this card making tutorial. This is the lovely card we're making today. I've stamped the background myself with various different stamps, and then I've just added a very simple sentiment to set it off, and I just love the way it turned out. Now here, our background here is Melon Mambo. We're going to do a slightly different colourway today, so my background this time is going to be Daffodil Delight. I've got two pieces of basic white, and for now I'm just going to stick one on the inside for our insert, and then set that aside for a second. Okay, and bring back in our piece here, and we're going to need some blocks, so let me get those out. Sorry. Oops, sorry for the squeak. Stamp set we're going to use today is Greenery Lane, and we're going to be using quite a few different images here, and if you do need it, it does have a matching dies as well, but we're just going to use the stamp set today. So let's get that out, and I'm going to bring out my simple chamois as well so that I can clean. I'm going to start off with my really big foliage piece here. Sorry for the noise. I'm actually going to need my bigger block for this. Okay, so I'm going to use Shaded Spruce. It's a nice vibrant green. So we're just going to go around and we're just going to stamp this in various places, no rhyme or reason. Just making sure I rotate the stamp so it doesn't look the same every time. And we're going to do it about 3 times. So let's do it along here. There we go. Right. Give that a nice clean. Seems I've got ink all over the block as well, for good measure. Put this back on its home, and then I think I'm going to go with this one here. Now these ones are 2-step stamping, which means you can have an inside, but I actually like the look of just the outline and not having it so saturated, so I'm going to leave it like that. And I'm just going to fill in with this a little bit again in a few places. Again, rotating the stamp so it doesn't look the same. And that will be fine. I think I'm just going to have a little bit down here as well. Yeah, that's better. So put this back on its place, and then what else do I want? I think I'm going to go just for this little one here for now. Okay. Oops, sorry about that. I can use a smaller block for that. I'm going to use this almost to fill in. Okay. And then I think one more. Let's see. I'm going to use this little one here. I'm not going to use much of it, just to give something different. Just in a few places. just want some of that little frothy detail at the top. That's enough. You have quite a lot of choices here with your green, with your foliage, hence the name Greenery Lane. But enough is good as a feast there. Right, we're going to fill in now with some little flowers, and for this I'm going to bring some nice pop of colour with some Daffodil Delight. So I am going to use this little flower here, the single one. And I'm going to look for my small block. Here it is. And I'm just going to use this as a filler. And this brings the whole thing together and really helps it pop. Sometimes it's difficult to know when to stop, but I think that is going to be enough before we overdo it. Okay, so put that back in its home. Close this up before we stick something in it. I'll need that again. I'm going to set that aside to dry, and now I just need a scrap piece of basic white cardstock, which is here, and we're going to use the sentiment love and hugs again. I'm going to line this up on my grid paper, pick it up, and I'm wondering whether I want it in yellow or green. I think I'm going to go for green this time, so Shaded Spruce. And just lovely. Clean that up. Put this back. Put the sheet back on top before I forget and it gets lost. And let's put it back in its home. Then nothing can go. Look at that. Whoopsie daisy. Let's give ourselves a bit of room. So now I'm going to punch this out. So just let me get the punches because they're sitting here on the floor next to me. And of course they have to be at the bottom of the punch pile. Just the way it is, isn't it? So let's stamp out, punch out love and hugs, and I'm using the 2-inch punch for that. Lovely. And it should just lock back in here. I love these punches for where they lock. Makes it so easy for storage. And then I've got the 2 3/8. And I've got a small piece of gold foil. So let's move all of this out the way. We're going to stick this down. Okay. And we're ready to assemble our card. So let's bring back our stamped background and stick it to our card base. Lovely and bright and happy. And then we're going to pop this up on some dimensionals, so let me look for them. Here they are. And then I'm just going to stick that on the front there. And there we have our 2 cards featuring the Greenery Lane stamp set and You can see how we've just stamped our own background, made our own pattern paper by stamping, and it's one of my favourite techniques is to stamp my own pattern paper. So I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, I'd be grateful if you could give it a big thumbs up, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button. If you want any more information about the project, the supply list, the measurements, etc., it's all on the blog post, and the links to that and all my social media links are in the description box below. So thank you again, and until next time, enjoy being creative. Bye.